So it's 8:30 on Friday morning. I'm going to stop by 2 different vortexes on my way out of here, and then to Zion it is. It is 30 degrees, which feels freezing. Like, I mean, I guess it is freezing, but yeah, ready to get to Zion and see these vortexes, because I'll tell you, the concierge was very excited to be explaining them, and she sent me an email and she told me what to do, and she said da 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 da, and I love it. So hopefully it'll get a little bit warmer because the first one's outside. Well, I guess, I mean, technically they're all outside, but the first one, the woman's like, the concierge is like, you can put your hands in the water. And all I thought was the water's frozen right now, but we'll see. It should be fun. As I just got gas in the 900th state so far, I realized, is Jersey the only place that has
in 1,000 feet at the traffic circle,
service?
Continue straight to stay on Arizona 179 North.
Because I haven't come across one yet. Just something to think about. All right, well, climbing the ramp at Holy Cross, Chapel of the Holy Cross. It's, I mean, we'll see what's at the top. There's a lot of people around here. It's okay. It is a touristy place, but it's also an energy vortex, so you hear my snow pants? It's cold. Please stay off the rocks. Just, wow. Right? And just FYI, like, people live down there in little houses along the way. It's crazy. There's people coming, so shh. Have I yet to mention how much people ruin things? I mean, it was nice, it was anything, but people just, I don't know. This is why I'm glad that I'm going to be going to Zion in January, thinking there will be less people. Well, I'm going to show you the road on the way out of here, because it's, again, pretty. These are houses that actual people live in, which is kind of incredible. And yes, golf carts. Weird to watch a video in which I'm driving at a reasonable speed. I feel like it has to be. Also, I realized in order to get to Zion, definitely gonna have to go up and down the mountain again.
In 1,000 feet at the traffic circle, take the first exit onto Arizona 179 North.
Don't appreciate it. I think they still should. I mean, sometimes I still get awestruck. There's that word again. And I realize that awestruckness is not a word, it's just all. Anyway, I still get like that on the 3-mile ride to work during the fall with all the leaves changing color. I still appreciate it. So I imagine these people still do. Because, like, just imagine living in this, you know? It's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna get back up to driving speeds again. So I think I've given you enough of a taste of how ridiculously incredible this area is. Alright, took a little detour. Just because I was
In half a mile at the traffic circle, take the second exit and stay on Arizona 179 North.
Just because I'm still in Sedona, I was driving down the road and there was this little thing on the side of the road and it said aura photos. So I was like, yes please, and I just spent the past, I don't know, 45 minutes and God knows how much money in this little crystal shop, crystal psychic shop, getting my aura photographed, which I have a picture of and everything, but obviously I'm like, I have to get back to driving because I just got very distracted for a very long time. And you know, I'm in this high top van and I almost just jerked the wheel when I saw the sign, and you know, it's fun. I wish, I mean, I don't really have a time limit,
In a quarter
especially
mile
today.
at the traffic circle, take the first exit
There are
onto North State Route 89A.
so many circles in Arizona. So many circles. Look, I'm almost gonna pull over again. Vortex Center for New Age Superstore. It's fine. It's fine because on the way back, I'm actually stopping in St. Augustine, Florida, which is has the most psychics per capita anywhere in the country. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of stores there. I'm gonna focus on not all these stores that I'm passing in this cute little town of Sedona because, well, number one, I have to also pay attention to where I'm going. And number two, is that it? 89? 89A.
In a quarter mile at the traffic circle,
I don't know why it didn't just tell me to take this turn, but
89A.
it's fine. So yeah, aura pictures. I have all this paperwork. I also got myself a crystal tiara, okay? Because I have been talking about getting a crystal tiara for, I can't even tell you how long. Cannot even tell you how long. But like, you know, it's not really a thing that I've ever come across before in all of my shoppings. So now I did, and now I have one. I'll show it to you later. Apparently, my throat chakra is blocked.
In a quarter mile at the traffic circle, continue straight onto Arizona 89A
Crystals
North
and
State Route
inspiration.
89A.
Stop it. Oh, look at this place. There's just, I could spend the day here. I could spend 3 days here. Maybe I'll stop by on my way back. On my way back, completely. A traffic light. I feel like I haven't seen one of these in forever. I'm distracted. Throat chakra. Apparently I was killed in a past life for speaking my mind. I know that doesn't sound like something that's me because, well, let's be honest, I am just one of these. But it also makes sense because I know my throat chakra is all screwed up. I just know that, which never made sense to me because, again, this is me. So what's wrong with it? Well, apparently what's wrong with it is I was murdered for it in a past life. So I don't know how to heal past lives. I did buy a book on it because it's me, and I was shopping in the store. So many circles. Just really excited to get to Zion. No more 45-minute stops. Or maybe, let's have some, it says I'm going to be there before 4 o'clock, so maybe there will be a couple more 45-minute stops. I will keep you abreast of the situation. Okay, well now I'm driving down the side of the mountain. And it's much slower, so the ears aren't popping, but like when the guardrail disappears and I see that, you know, I'm on the side of a mountain, like here, like the cliff, it's fine. It's fine that I'm driving down the side of the mountain. I would prefer the ear pops. I mean, yes, it's gorgeous. But I'm like, you know, 20 feet from tumbling down the side of a mountain. And I don't know how many thousand feet down it would be if I fell off the side of this mountain. I know I'm not just going to magically fall off the side of the mountain, but my God, like, oh, good. And now I feel like we're going fast enough and down enough, quickly enough for my ears to also pop. So ear pops and, like, look, this guy, are you going to jump off the side of the mountain? Like, this is not, I don't like it. Heights are okay. I've been getting a lot, I thought I wasn't afraid of heights anymore. And I'm still thinking I'm not afraid of heights. But I don't like driving around the side of a mountain in a vehicle. Like if I was walking, fine, but like, oh, there's also falling rock signs. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be driving in this high top vehicle, which, hey, look in front of us, there's another one of me. And then a rock is going to fall down the side of the mountain and barrel into the side of my vehicle, which is then going to push it. Hey, there's a house. There's a couple houses. Oh, it's a manor. Why would you even, it doesn't matter. So the boulder is going to bash into the side of my vehicle, and then my vehicle is going to go over the other side, down the mountain, end over end. Who knows what'll happen? Hell of a way to go, right? Then they'll leave my body in the crushed vehicle so nature can take over, unless that only happens in New Mexico. Oh, look, all that complaining and I'm down at the bottom. See? Snow's back. I'm on the inside lane on the mountain now, although I don't even know what's happening. I miss barreling down open roads at 85 to 90 miles an hour with all the tractor trailers and me. I was wondering why it's going to take me so long to go 268 miles, like almost 5 hours to go 268 miles. And I'm like, that's weird. You know, I cover 80 miles an hour. That should only take me a little over 2 hours. It's because I'm driving down roads like this now. This road that I'm on, 89A, there's another 15 miles on it. And I don't know how many miles I've been on it, but it's so weird to drive just regular, normal speeds through snow-covered mountains in Arizona. It's just, I want the highways again. Now this makes me rethink how I'm going to come back, like in what path I'm going to take back, because this this is mountains again, man. Mountains. Snow, covered mountains. And I was wondering why it said no vehicles over 40 feet. Because that's basically been the only vehicles with me on the road for the past. Oh, don't park here, guys. No parking. You know, just in case you thought you should. Yeah. Remember how it was like sunny and no snow and over 40? It's not again. It's not. And if I see one more watch for rocks sign without seeing any rocks, I'm going to be pissed off. I don't want to get hit by a rock, but I would like to watch a falling rock. So, okay. Hopefully we'll be out of snow country at some point. Just noticed that I'm in Coconino. I'm in the whale's vagina. The whale's vagina National Forest. That's why this is. And I'm also confused because I went down and the snow's back, and I thought we established that the snow was up, not elevation, right? Didn't we discuss that? I don't know. Yes, but I'm in a whale's vagina. I thought I just saw and avoided my first falling rock, but instead the mountain threw a snowball at me. And now I found the reason why 40-foot vehicles can't take this road, because we may be traveling. Those rocks look like they just fell and I missed it. We may be traveling 15 miles, but we're only traveling maybe 2 forward miles because we're turning a lot. We're zigzagging. I'm sure you can see the amount that I'm turning the steering wheel. Again, if I was in my car, whew, but you can't really take turns at any kind of speed. Oh, we go back the other way. I feel like I'm in a video game, like a, you know, car racing game. Still turning. A car racing game, you know? Because again, this would be fun in a car, not in this high vehicle. And no, it would still be okay that I'm on the side of a mountain in a car. I don't think I would barrel over the edge. But again, the 15 miles is only handling not that far forward. I looked over at the GPS, which is back to working. Of course it's back to working. I actually did this thing where you can download your route offline, so it's available offline. So that seemed like an intelligent thing to do, so I started doing that. But man, if you could see the GPS, just all these squiggles that go back and forth, like I said, it makes sense as to how I'm only going 263 miles in 4.5 hours, because hey, maybe Zion's like 50 miles away, but just the way I have to zigzag there, this is like a joke. There's 200 miles of roads, but it's only, if I on foot, maybe on foot I could go quicker. That's a lie. I was hiking, and I don't know if it's because I've been sitting in the car for 5 days, but my legs are like, nope, this is way too much walking. And I think we're approaching our final turn. It's fun. I'm Pokey. I love license plates. Back on the highway again. I'm on 40 again. 40 east this time. It was 5 miles out of the way to go to Sedona. Stopped at a Walmart in Flagstaff. This explains why there's snow everywhere. I'm in Flagstaff, which the elevation elevation said something like 6,500 feet. I must have went back up. I don't know how I ended up this high. It's a ski town. There's snow everywhere, but I guess the ski people are happy about that. But I stopped at Walmart to get some like bread, peanut butter.
In 2 miles,
Candy.
take exit 201 toward US 89 North
because,
Page.
And propane tanks, because I never got those, because I do have heat and electric, but God forbid something happens, you know, I want to have heat, so I just figured it costs $8 to get 2 propane tanks, so it was worth it. But I'm back on the I-40, only for another mile and a half, and then I will be on 89 north, headed over to into Utah. We'll see how those roads are. People in Arizona, just regular with a side of nice. I was holding a big jar of peanut butter and a loaf of bread, and the guy in front of me was like, "You can go in front of me, ma'am. I'm retired. I'm off today." I was like, "Okay."
In half a mile, take exit 201 toward US 89 North
No
Page.
accents. I don't know if it's because I was in a ski town. Flagstaff ski town, so a lot of people aren't local. But I was talking to people because I walked into Walmart assuming they'd have food, because our Walmarts have food, and I couldn't see
Take
the food.
exit 201.
And so, this is a backup for my exit. So there was just other people walking around, and I was like, "Hey, I'm not from around here. Does this Walmart have food?" And they were like, "Well, we're not from around here either, so we don't know."
In
I
a
was
quarter
like, "Oh, yeah,
mile,
really? Where are
turn
you
left
from?"
onto US 180
And
West
they said
Country Club
Phoenix.
Drive.
I mean, a couple hours. I was looking for bread, and of course I'm looking for Stroman's bread, because, well, that's the bread that I buy, and I didn't see it. So I asked a stock boy if Stroman's is a thing, and he's never heard of it. But there's Tasty Cakes. There was Tasty Cakes. I bought myself some crimpets. There's Tasty Cakes, but there's no Stroman's. Also, I did look up the fact that there are no Sunoco's, and that's a fact. Outside, I think Tennessee is the westest that Sunoco exists. But then there was no bananas at Walmart, which maybe I just didn't see them, and I was like, that Walmart was insane. So I need to find bananas, and I asked the woman if there was a
Turn left onto US 180 West Country Club Drive.
Slackers? I can't even remember what she said it was. And I was like, I don't know what that is. And she was like, well, it's a Safeway thing. So Safeway is Acme, maybe? I don't know. Point of the story is I have another 4 hours to go. So I'm assuming I will find another place to buy bananas before I get there. Because I noticed that I left the bananas in the car overnight. And if your bananas get frozen, because the car got frozen, they turn this weird gray whatever. I mean, this banana was green when it turned gray. So I don't know, not to mention this is my last banana, and I'm gonna have to get more. So here's to a Stroker? I can't remember what she said. Learning grocery store names. I was really hoping to go to a
Continue on US 180
Kroger's,
West for half a mile.
because I've heard of that and never seen one, and I saw one here. But like I said, you can get bananas at 7-Eleven. I don't know if there's 7-Elevens here. You know what I mean. You can get bananas pretty much anywhere. So I am going to stop one more time before Zion to just grab bananas. Life would probably be easier if I ate fast food. That's not true. It's not like fast food would last in my RV. peanut butter sandwiches. I have a microwave.
In 1,000
And a
feet,
toaster oven.
use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto US 89
I'll
North,
figure out
North 89.
something. I have to turn here. Okay, paying attention. Watch for animals for the next 60 miles, because without the sign, driving through the forest would have never even occurred to me to watch for animals. I keep seeing elk crossing signs, and part of me wants to just drive around at dusk and see if I can see an elk, because I have not seen, like, is it wildlife? I mean, yeah, cattle everywhere. I saw another raven, but otherwise wildlife has been non-existent. They must not like the cold, except for ravens and whatever those dead canine family creatures are. Do you know what it's like to dodge potholes in a 2,500 pound, no, 2.5 ton, 5,000 pound high vehicle at 75, 80 miles an hour? It's fun is what it is. I am going to own the roads back in Bucks County in my BMW. Own them. This is rather an incredible view. I feel like I could see forever. It's awesome. This is a straight open road that turns to the left. God only knows how many thousands of feet up there. Nice, back on the nice roads. Mountains are gone. I'm on the I-89 and the speed limit's 65. You know, cruising about 80, whatever. Interesting though, it's one lane. I mean, two lanes, one lane in each direction with a dotted yellow line. There's a road with a speed limit over 65 with a dotted yellow line, because that's how far your line of sight is. You can see for miles. I mean, you can pass anybody very easily, day or night. And that's how little roads there, I mean cars there are, or anything else going on, that they only need one lane. It's me and this guy. It's making me go slow because it's one lane. Should I pass him? There's not any cars here for another, I don't know how far line of sight is. 6 million feet? I think 6 million feet is how far I can see down the road. So again, passing is nothing. But I just didn't know roads like this existed. 65 mile an hour speed limit. Single. The whole thing's a passing lane. Neat. Anyway, so there's a power line running along the side of this road. And why? Like, there's nothing out here. So to imagine that there's just not a power plant, 20 miles behind me or 20 miles in front of me is strange. That they need to run power this far, because again, it's not going anywhere except for to whatever town's behind us or in front of us. Did I mention that on this road where there's nothing, the radio went out again? So I start to wonder things like, why is there a power line running down the road when there's nothing in between? Like, there's power plants in a lot of places, right? And there's still, you can't see anything or any turn-offs, any reason for these power lines. What does that cost? Wouldn't it be cheaper to build another power plant looked around. Wait, there's something over there. This is a road to something. Rabbit Ranches. Okay, so Rabbit Ranches needs the power. Now at least there's a reason. That makes me feel better. Look, there's a barn driving down the road in front of me. And of course this is where there's no passing. It's fun. I mean, and that's a huge barn. They don't make barns that big that are just home delivery around us because, well, what road would you drive it on? Well, 53 miles an hour behind the barn. But I do have less than 4 hours and less than 200 miles, so I feel like it's right around the corner. Okay, I had to make another stop. It is cold and windy out there. But I was driving down the road and there's just a random people.
Turn right.
Oh, everything's working again.
Continue on US 89 north for 3 miles.
So there was just like a flag that said open and just a little shack with tables, and it was some Navajo people selling goods. And they live like on the land here. They just drive up to the road with the stuff they made, and that I enjoyed that, buying a bunch of stuff from them more than, you know, at these weird pretend tourist trap businesses. Not that this isn't a tourist trap, but there's literally no one there because there's no one on this road. And I got some fun stuff. I will have to show you later because I'm driving on the highway, but yeah. I saw one and I was like, I'm not gonna stop. And then another couple miles down the road, I saw another one and I was like, I'm gonna stop. See, there's another one right here as well. I can't stop at every single one, but the thing was, they had like some jewelry. I should have probably got a blanket, but it doesn't matter. They had a bunch of jewelry, and I was like, do you get these beads and stuff from like here? Or do you like have suppliers? And they were like, well, we have suppliers for this, this, and this. So I made sure to get the stuff that was actually from here. And I got petrified wood because there's petrified wood forests like everywhere. And I was like, so where do you get this petrified wood? And the guy was like, well, actually me and my brother go down to the water, whatever, and we, like, they literally pick up rocks off the land and are selling them to me. I love it. I love it. So yeah, that was a fun stop. I didn't want to keep stopping because I want to get there before the sun goes down, but I'm under 200 miles, so it'll be fine. Navajo, that's where I am. Navajo Nation, and they live. I was like, so of course, I was like, do you have electric? And they said no. They used to use generators to get power, and now they use solar power. So I don't know what the power lines are for because those people in their houses aren't using them. And that's neat. Didn't feel like a, you know, let's just tell the white chick stuff because, well, I'm me and I say things the way I say them, and I don't care. They made them themselves. They made this jewelry and stuff. At least I have a ring on. Everything else is, because I definitely got weapons. Yeah, weapons made by Cherokee. That's how I roll. And I was God blessed.
In half a mile at the traffic circle, take the second exit and stay on US 89 north.
Another circle. And another barn driving down the road. But yeah, so I love this stopping in the middle of nowhere stuff. I mean, this is, like I said, these just crowded places where people go, it's just not for me. I saw a sign right here. 40, wait, am I supposed to be turning now? There's two barns. Make a decision, both of you barns. Oversized load. You sure? So I'm like 37 miles from the Grand Canyon. That's how close. Like 37 miles. And I don't care. Not gonna go. Never gonna go.
Traffic circle onto US 89 North.
And
Continue on US 89 North for 81 miles.
did they just say 81 miles? Okay, I'm on this road for another 81 miles. See, now here comes the Cameron Trading Post, 1 mile, famous Navajo taco. I almost want to stop in one of those places to see how ridiculous it is. Like, I'm pretty sure people in there probably order stuff off of Amazon and then pretend they made it. Not what I'm looking for. I mean, it'd be nice to give them my money. Either way, how am I going to get past these barns? But, you know, because that's nice. But at the same time, I don't want something I could just buy on Amazon. Forgot to mention, I asked the Navajo person. I did say Navajo, right? Not Cherokee. I feel dumb. Doesn't matter. I asked him about cultural appropriation. I told y'all I was gonna, well, I told y'all I was gonna look it up and then said no, I wasn't gonna look it up because I don't care. But I figured, hey, this guy's like, you know, lives on the land and is full-blooded Native American. Like, let's see what he thinks about it, because he's selling jewelry and stuff, and it's like, so I said to him, you know, what are the rules or guidelines with cultural appropriation? And he said, oh, well, some people just like to get angry. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, so cultural appropriation for Native Americans, they really don't seem to care. And, oh, look, I'm getting texted. Hi, Mike. You're texting me. Cultural appropriation, they don't care about it. And I think we should care what the Native Americans think, not the Karens of white world. But that's me. All right. Check back in 78 miles. See if, wait, is there mile markers? Because I might be out of Arizona into Utah. I do like verdict on Arizona. I like it. I don't love it. I love Sedona, but I like it. Something I just remembered that I didn't want to forget. Again, because the radio is out, so I'm just sitting here thinking. Navajo guy told me that they shave the red flake off of hematite. Because hematite, you know, when you buy it, it's like black, like shiny black. Google it, hematite. Anyway, raw hematite has like red stuff on the outside of it. I'm aware of this because rock person. But they take the red off of the hematite, mix it with lard, and that's how they make the warrior paint. Interesting fact, right? So if you want to make your own genuine warrior paint, because cultural appropriation we don't care about anymore, get yourself some raw hematite, shave off the red, mix it into a paste with lard, and then real live warrior paint. Is it warrior? Warrior? I have been noticing how I sound so much more since I've been out here than I have my entire life. And it's also probably because I watch these videos. So I'm like actually hearing myself speak, as opposed to, you know, how when you hear yourself, you don't sound the same as other people hear you. Yeah, and like I said, had no idea that my accent is funny. Begin daytime headlight section. Don't know why, but I'm just gonna do what it says. It's beautiful out here also, guys. Forgot to mention that. Ooh, what is this? This is a something crossing. Cow crossing. No, it's got steer crossing. Next 15 miles. I want to see something crossing the road that is an animal that is not a deer. The only thing I've ever seen cross the road, deer, fox, squirrel, turtles. I'm sure I've seen a raccoon crossing the road. Groundhogs. That's not enough. I want to see something else crossing the road, because it just would be neat to say, hey, have you ever seen a bison crossing the road? I don't know if there's bison here. I want to imagine there are. Buffalo. Bison, buffalo. What is the difference between bison and buffalo? Don't care. It is so hard to not stop at all of these shacks. But if they have, I want like a blanket. Anyway, I could always bang a U-turn pretty much anywhere on this road. Do you have blankets? They did have blankets. I'm going to Zion, okay? That's what I'm doing. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of other reservations. This is Navajo. I don't need any more Navajo stuff. Maybe I'll hit a different reservation along the way. They also use juniper berries for the jewelry, and they don't even have to peel the juniper berries themselves. They let nature take its course. Like squirrels and stuff eat the outside off of the juniper berries and then leave the pits, and then they just take the pits up off the ground and make stuff out of them. And the juniper tree is supposed to hold the most energy. So if there was a guy, it's just clothes. The juniper tree is supposed to hold energy and good luck and everything. So I assume the juniper berries, or juniper seeds, I guess you would call them once the fleshy part is gone, also something cool. So I didn't want to forget that by the time I may or may not been over this, lose my mind in Zion intentionally. So I don't want to forget any of these little bits of information, which is why I'm sharing them with you. Have I shown you this? Because this is the Navajo land that I've been driving through. I think they're the Painted Mountains, I was told. And they're not annoying mountains, because obviously no one's driving over or around those mountains, because this is preserved land. But it is gorgeous. And I did ask the Native American woman if she took the view for granted. Because I told her she had been to outside of Philadelphia, and she said it's beautiful in the fall. And I realized they don't have fall here. They don't have foliage change, colors dropping. I mean, and that's one thing that I think I said before. I don't know if I said it on these videos, that I just do not take it for granted when the season changes. It's still gorgeous. So, point of the story is, no, the woman definitely takes all this for granted. You can see it in her face. She tried to say she didn't, but you can see it in her face. She does. And I don't want to say shame on her, but I do want to say that's not cool. I'm sorry to hear that. That's what I want to say to that woman. I just saw a Bible church in this middle of nowhere. I was going to stop by. And then I said to myself, out of all the things I've been very, very, very safe. Better route available? Hold on. I will accept your better route. Accept? Did I click no thanks? No, I didn't. Okay, that can't be a better route because you're telling me. Doesn't matter. Right, I've been very, very safe on this trip. Way safer than I thought I would be. like above and beyond, with the whole safety thing. Anyway, so I'm driving down the road and I see this Bible church, and I'm gonna stop. And then something says to myself, wait a minute. Stopping at a rando church in the middle of the desert sounds like the opposite of safe. Which then made me think to myself, am I in the middle of the desert? Like, am I? Is that why there's nothing? I don't feel like in my mind, this is not what desert looks like. But now I'm thinking, maybe I'm in the middle of the desert. So somebody look it up. Let's see. We are on I-89, mile marker 49. Is this the definition of the middle of the desert? Because if it is, I'm very disappointed in the desert. I mean, I understand that the American desert, well, not that I understand it, but I assume the desert in America is much, much, much different than desert in the Middle East. Holy, oh my God, look at all these, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. There was just like 5 supercars that just flew down the street. Did you hear them? Maybe you could have seen them in my sunglasses, the reflection. Last one was a blue Lambo. I blacked out at the beginning because there was a freaking McLaren. And it was when there was 2 lanes too, so they were... See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean, the struggle that happens in here. Am I loving the nature in the desert? Or am I loving the supercars that just drove by? I can't wait to see if the reflection was in my sunglasses. Colored paint here on the road. Pink, blue, green, dark blue, light blue. I don't know what happened. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so mile marker, whatever I just said, am I in fact in the desert? Oh, because I imagine the American deserts in America don't hold a candle to the, and I just gotta mention, there's also a BMW mixed in that supercar thing. Fun. There's also, the Middle Eastern desert is not gonna be look like this, obviously. I imagine it's different, but is there that's what I picture in my mind, is the Middle Eastern desert, like Saudi Arabia and stuff, like Desert Storm, desert. So I don't think I'm in the middle of a desert, but what do you call this? Because, like I said, stopping at the Bible church seemed like a bad idea because I'm in the middle of the desert. So many things happening. There's nothing happening, and then there's so many things happening. I'm only going to be on this road for another 3.5 miles because they told me to change direction. So, hay for sale. That is shooting me straight towards those mountains. I'm not certain I want to take this. I'm doing it. Well, I'll let you know. Okay, I did take the turn because YOLO, and I am headed straight for this mountain, but as soon as I turned on the road, I thought there was an animal, yay, and I tried to turn the camera on super fast and grab it, and I missed it, but it was a wild dog. I mean, it was a dog. Like, when you see packs of vicious wild dogs roaming the streets unchecked, this was a wild dog in, I don't know, I just turned off this street. It's still a street, South Lake Powell Boulevard, but this is literally where actual Native Americans live, because I see little houses and I saw a little school. Guys, we have to watch for rocks again. Oh God, though, what is this road going to be? As I continue to drive down this road with absolutely nothing going on and no radio, I realized something. Mile markers start on the west and go up to the east. So west road and the miles are increasing, you know you're traveling east, not west. And then north to south, they go up as you go north, so the southernmost part of a state is 0. So again, if you know you're traveling north and south, and the mile markers are going up, then you're clearly headed north. So that's a fun fact for you folk who don't have the internet tied to your hips at all times. Sun's over there. It's afternoon, so yes, I'm traveling north. I always go by the sun, but you can go by mile markers too, but then the mile markers don't tell you if you're going north and south or east and west. So now I'm confident that I'm traveling north as opposed to east. I don't know why I'd be traveling east. I overshot Zion because of the storm. I kept trying to go north-south. So that is why I am now traveling north, because I overshot it by, I don't know, like 400 or so miles, which is fine because I'm glad I went to Sedona and I'm glad I went to everything in between. And now when I leave, I started planning my route back. When I had Wi-Fi, I figured this is smart. Let's look for safe towns while you can, even though, I'm not leaving right away, obviously. I'm not going to get there and turn around, but I figured I'm not going to have Wi-Fi there. I might not even have cell service there. That's what the sat phone is for. So yes, I started researching to make my way back across, and I will be going through Arizona again. But I'm hoping the more southern part of Arizona is not as horrible as the northern part of Arizona. And I'm only going to drive, I'm going to cap myself at like 7 hours on the way back. Interesting story though, I thought that when this originally started, I thought that it would take me 5 days to get to Zion, the way I planned it. And then the plans got destroyed because this wasn't done, and then it didn't have heat, so I was going to take it, but I was just going to go south instead of going to Zion, and it was a whole thing. I definitely posted about should I still be going because the universe is telling me not to. So yeah, there was a couple different things, but yeah, so back when I had an original plan, it was 5 days, and now it actually turned out to be 5 days, so that doesn't bother me in the slightest. On the way back, I don't know how many days it's going to take. 8, maybe, because I'm not allowing myself that much hours on the road. Because again, I want to be able to stop at places and not be fighting the clock. Copper Mine Chapter House. There was something. It's wonderful. I don't know why I started recording. Right, mile markers. In case you're ever lost, follow the mile markers. North and east are increasing in number. You're welcome. They're just one a FedEx guy, probably there to drop off the beads that the Native Americans ordered from Amazon. I don't like being cynical, but I know y'all are thinking it, so I figure I might as well mention it ahead of time. To the right. Does that look like Donkey Kong to anybody else in that mountain? Because I swear that's Donkey Kong. It's definitely Donkey Kong, guys. Okay. My ears popped again. And the temperature went up 11 degrees. And I'm at a traffic light. Anyway. In the middle of this desert, there's boats for sale. Like a whole bunch of boats over there. And then this gas station's called Big Lake Trading Post. So, there's gotta be, Navajo Village. There's gotta be water around here somewhere. Hence the lake and the boats. So, it's not a desert. In case you thought it might have been a desert. stuff in the Grand Canyon. I'm pretty sure a river runs through the Grand Canyon. There's a bunch of hotels here all of a sudden, which also makes me think it could be, no, because they're lakes. I am hoping, and I mean, I imagine it's accurate, not just a hope, that I leave my location on for like Google something. Tells you how many, you know, miles you've driven. Google's gonna have a field day with this month. And I can't wait to see
In a quarter mile,
where I
turn
went.
right onto South Lake Powell Boulevard.
South Lake Powell. That's apparently the body of water that's around here. Sand Devil Nation. Wrestling. High school. I'm in a town.
Take the next right onto South Lake Powell Boulevard.
We'll see. But again, not desert. I just passed seven churches in less than half a mile. So that's fun. I don't know what little town this is. It's adorable. Considering the fact that I'm on like Lake Powell Drive, it's probably just the town of Lake Powell because people are not very creative out here is what I've been noticing. Not certain what's going to happen up here. There's a cop blocking the street, and so people just stopped. Oh, here's what's happening. There's a yacht driving down the road. Dear Lord. I can't have you miss this. So again, definitely not a desert. Oh, please. God, don't let me have to go over that bridge. GPS?
In a quarter mile, keep right.
It's gonna make me go over the bridge. It's gonna be fine though. Lake Powell National Golf Course? This would be kind of sweet. I don't even like golf, but I think it'd be kind of super awesome to play
Keep
golf
right,
out here.
then continue straight onto US.
Glen Canyon Dam and a cop, and I have zero idea what the speed limit is because I'm in the middle of a canyon. Reduced speed ahead. Okay, 35. Glen Canyon National Recreational Area. I'm gonna drive over the canyon now. Again, not the Grand Canyon, but a canyon. On a bridge. There's another cop. 25 miles an hour. So I have to go over this bridge at 25 miles an hour, which is going to take me much longer. I'm going to leave you here with me. How slow do I have to go if the speed limit's 25 and there's a cop behind me? 25? I don't know how this works. Like I said, back by us, speed limits aren't actually limits. You get at least 5, but there's no tolerance here. I'm driving over a canyon on a tiny bridge at 26 miles an hour. Oh my God. And that's a dam. There's a dam. And I'm driving over. Oh, why do I keep looking? I can't not look. Okay, you know what? When I look, I feel okay. I can't imagine the Grand Canyon's bigger than this. I mean, it has to be because it's grand. What did I say I was? I just want to remember what kind of canyon I was in. Carl Hayden Visitor Center. Elevation, 3,800 feet. And I'm going up again. So, see what the ears pop about. But again, so, okay. Arizona? I'm good with Arizona. 8 out of 10 stars I would give Arizona. Yes. Arizona gets 8 out of 10 stars. I don't know, man. Arizona might get 9 out of 10 stars, not 8. This is... I didn't have anything bad to say about Arizona, did I? I'll have to recheck. I think there was something. But, I mean, and I drove once viewing that canyon from, you know, not driving directly over it. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Not a desert, but still. I'm gonna have to figure out where the desert is. Oh God, I think I have to go to California. No, wait, when I go to Nevada, definitely desert in Nevada. We'll find out. But anyway, I've upgraded Arizona 9 out of 10 stars.